To this best of one LoL bracket once again, RNG against the side of Entity. Jonathan, I've got one question for you because it is an SCA TI. What does every pub player say after a Dota 2 game in the SCA server?
Felt like a 1v5.
It felt like a 1v5, and right now for xNova, it must really feel like a 1v5. He's literally out there by himself. It's actually probably the slowest lane of the map right now. Like, you've got an unblown. In fact, I say that, but they are going to land a very nice fisher here onto Pure. Body blocks out as well. Chalice able to find a perfect block, and naturally apologies to the side of Entity for the caster curse there. John, I did say it was the most boring lane. Apparently not. Someone's the most farmed here on the map right now, just very confidently moving across. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Toby still being harassed out by xNova, but here comes the turnaround from Kataomi and Toby. They'll just work together onto the Lich with the Frost Shield. It's just so much damage reduction. They'll move it in for the Avalanche. They will find the TB. The Ghost, the Fisher is there. Toby, he is going to drop. It's not a good trade whatsoever. I mean, you've got xNova, but you lose your pulse-free Brewmaster. It's just not great news. You might have to hold that thought, John, because we've got a big smoke coming out. RNG. Smoked as 4, moving their way down towards the bottom side. They're going to find the Visage. That's a big target, but they will not connect with the Pit of Malice. Stormstormer with some very good micro. Now Kataomi from the backside with a nice avalanche into the Ice Blast onto Chalice, but where's your follow-up damage? It's not there yet. They'll chase down Somnus on the Leshrac, but he's going to be just fine. In fact, Kaka, he's coming in from the backside, but who are they aiming? Kaka in trouble, is going to drop on the Earthshaker as xNova now is completely surrounded and will also go down. In fact, Chalice still trying to tank up, but they're onto Somnus. Somnus, he's a Giga Chat. He might be able to fight back, but not quite. They've got so much damage. In fact, even Ghost showing up at the last seconds of the team fight needs to back his way out. And he will, but it's still a massive win for the side of Entity.
Can kind of set that up for his team. The side of Entity, though, again, they're not lagging too far behind. Fairly even game, 6-6. 2K leads.
Bot lane. Right about to break out. The wolf form was popped here by Pure as he will try to rush forward. He would love Somnus. It's a massive pickoff. Kaka, he'll cop the Ice Blast, but Somnus, he's the real target. Where's the help? He's popped the Bloodstone, trying to survive. In comes the Dark Portal. Now a nice Fisher. Kaka, he may have saved the day, but Somnus is still dropping. May eventually go down as Toby. He's trying to get the work done, but where's the damage output? Somnus, he's going to survive on the Leshrac. They don't have enough to finish the job off. Somnus, how does he walk out of it? He's alive. It's Kataomi. He's the one to drop. Chalice, he makes it just in the nick of time, and they keep going for more now. Fishman also being caught out on the AA. He is going to go down.
Like, the AA can make it a little bit more annoying to hold on to your life for the Sunder.
Yeah, and they go again. Kaka going to find Kataomi, so they do at least find themselves to support Tiny. Not the biggest deal in the world, but perhaps they could think about Roshan. Roshan going to go down basically for free here as Entity just do not feel confident to try and make their way in.
He's not going to care about the Brewmaster splitting apart, trying to hold him off.
Oh, Echo Slam top lane. They do end up finding Stormstormer. He's fine for now, however, and for Kaka, he's the one getting targeted with the Ice Blast, with the Cold Feet, but he's going to be just fine. In fact, now Chalice, he's being targeted, trying to go through the Dark Rift, through the portal, but they're just stunning him up. He's still a very tanky target. Chalice is still trying to go through the door, but it's just closing on him. They will not let the man go through. Meanwhile, on the backside, Entity on the other side of things in the Radiant jungle, hanging around, sending Toby's remnants in. In they go. Kataomi is there with the Avalanche and the toss-up. Somnus, he'll get the BKB up in time. Still perfectly healthy, but is he really? Familiars, oh boy, he's down. Kaka, he tried to go for the Echo Slam, but it does not help in the end, and he's dropped as well. There's just so much damage now flying out from Entity. They've got the Chain Frost down onto the Underlord. That's going to be another as Chalice just cannot get away. They just melt. Try and force this as Ghost. Still hanging around. Doesn't have the Aegis this time around and could be in big trouble. They do make the jump in. Kataomi is there with the Avalanche toss, and now the Ice Blast to fly through. He's copying a fair bit. Ghost, what do you do about this one? He'll go for the Sunder. Meanwhile, on the backside, Pure, he's been caught out. xNova holds him down, and they just burst him down on the Lycan from the side of Entity. They do wrap around that mid-river area, trying to make their way over to that Radiant Triangle. Ghost is going to show himself. Fisher is committed just on the Familiars, trying to burst them down, but Ghost, he does get caught out. Ice Blast and a big avalanche flashes out. Kataomi setting up perfectly. Chalice is in big trouble here on the Underlord. He might just drop and does. Meanwhile, Xnova getting chased down, but will be left alone. So instead, they'll go after Kaka on the Earthshake. That'll be another as Ghost now. Is completely surrounded. How does he survive this one? It doesn't seem like he can, though. Chalice does try to move in, but it's not in time. They are falling like flies here, the side of RNG. As Entity, they will just keep moving forward. Somnus still trying to fight, does go man up against Pure. In fact, that's a lot of damage from Somnus. He's got one down on another. He's found Pure on the Lycan. Somehow RNG still managed to find a way to fight back, and it's off the back of Somnus.
Yeah, they did have to buy back on multiple heroes for that. I think if you're Entity, you're still very happy. You force out a lot of spells, you force out a lot of good movement there.
Just doing a good job of trying to avoid them all together, but Stormstormer gonna move in as the vision of the familiars as well as the wolves coming up in Pure. They're gonna find Ghost on the TB, and they will slowly start to move in. Ghost kind of surrounded here, does get tornadoed up. Pure, he'll pop the wolf form. Who are they going to target down first? On the top side, they found Xnova, they found Kaka. Both supports in trouble. Xnova already gone, and now Kaka just drops to the damage of Pure. It's just so much damage as Somnus needs to back out. The BKB is wearing off. He does get nullified. Ghost, he's going to try and mad fight through this, but can he really do it? It seems like he'll try. Toby will back out. They will lose Fishman, however. That's the AA down. That's at least one down for the side of RNG, but Entity, they do buy back. In fact, RNG, they will not stick around. Somnus, he's going to be just fine. Pure can't get the damage off.
Definitely going to help the cause there. A Lincoln's coming out from Somnus to help defend himself, especially from Nullifiers. Going to be really nice to have as well. It's a little bit more for that to be up, though.
Oh boy, they've got Chalice. That's a big one, but he does BKB up. In fact, now the Pit of Malice turning right back around Toby. He's a big target. He'll be able to force stuff away, though, and does get the Primal Spit off as now Ghost. He'll be targeted here with the toss back of Kataomi, but Ghost is still fine. He will get 4 stuffed out of there. Meanwhile, Xnova being chased down by the units of Pure. In the backside, though, they've got an Echo Slam. They've got the Sunder. Pure being gazed up. Can they get some revenge here? They cannot. He is still just fine. Chalice is the one to go down on the Underlord, but Ghost still trying to man up, still trying to fight against Toby. Toby will force stuff away. Where's the team fight? Entity, it seems like they're out once again. They'll find a couple, they'll get the buyback out from Chalice, and that's going to be enough for them. They've got so many ways of scouting out. Not so much through this smoke, but now that the smoke is broken on a couple, who have they found? It's going to be Stormstormer. The Pit of Malice to lock him down. The Fish is there to follow up, and in comes Kataomi and Xnova. He just gets deleted by the support Tiny as he keeps moving forward. Ghost, who do we go for? Stormstormer, he's the target. They finally find the Visage, or maybe not Stormstormer. He's still running, but Xnova, he's trying to get the job done himself, and eventually Ghost will find it. 2 down. Entity, they've lost a couple here, and it seems like RNG have finally cracked an opening open for themselves as Kaka, he even finds another. He's going to find Toby, but there is going to be the refresh. To the Primal Split once again. Toby's still blocked off by the Fisher, and now Ghost can get right to work, but they want that Earth Panda. They need it. The slow from the Eye of Skadi. Maybe they've got it. Toby trying to run, but is not going to make it out.
No buyback on him.
No buyback on Toby. And suddenly the game is swinging back the other way.
It's opened up. Entity, they got some good scouting around there with Storm, but they didn't manage to follow up. He managed to get a good jump in, doesn't live through, and you still have a lot of damage on Ghost, even though it doesn't feel like it when he's whacking a Visage away. The high ground still clears up.
Yeah. First racks the game to go the way of RNG, and I can't really believe I'm saying that, John, but they made a great comeback here in this game. I'm going to say game 1 again, John, but it is still a best of 1. Just reminding myself, Fisher does come out. Chalice, he finds to back his way out, and again, it's still a very slow game. Like, you are still behind as RNG. Sure, you're 1 racks up now, but you could lose 1 team fight, and the game could just snowball back the other way. Though I say that, Pure does get caught out. He's the biggest target. The Gaze is going to lock him down, drag him out. The Kataomi, he's got the dieback on the lid, so Xnova, he's down for 80 seconds. In goes Pure with the wolf form, but he needs to run away as Kaka, looking for the chase, waiting for the BKB, but now the Fisher is going to lock him down. Somnus should have the damage and will eventually get it out. Pure's down for 100, but he does have buyback. Entity, they've got no way to answer to this. I mean, this is the first Roshan. It feels like that RNG could just kind of walk into the pit and finally get it done. And here we go. Everything available. Let's see what they can get done with it. Entity They're the ones now that need to find a way to slow down this game.
They haven't really been using the Fiend's Gate for any aggressive movement out. More defensive, but they'll get to it.
Airway bound Ghost, just going to get right to work. The bot tier 3 tower already gone. Bottom racks, not going to last long either. Kataomi, he's going to jump in though. Avalanche tosses out. Ghost is in big trouble. He got silenced and he will go down the first time. But he's got the Aegis. He's got the refresh. He's still got the initial meta, but the silence is there with a nullifier.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ghost is gone. And the rest of RNG, they need a way out of this team fight. Chalice just leaves, but he's left by himself. Somnus needs a TP out on the tree line. With the BKB is going to be all right. But they've got Ghost down. He does have buyback available. And Jonathan, we've jinxed nothing. It's 60 minutes in. We've got tier 5 items.
Always got to send some units, send some heroes up top to control that. Smoke out here though. Could find themselves in an interesting spot.
Oh boy, here we go. RNG, they're going to try and force something. They found Toby. The root is there. They should have follow up. You don't have the burst damage though with the Aeon Disc. He's going to be just fine to reinitiate this team fight with his own primal split. But they are trying to back off a Kataomi. Look at the damage output from this Tiny with the tree volley. He does at least find Karka, but the buyback is there. Ghost now is trying to force the fight once again, but does need to back out. It just doesn't seem like the one. As the BKB does wear off, and now Entity, they keep moving forward. They want the Terror Blade. They've got it locked down. With the Abyssal Blade, Ghost is in big trouble. He's going to try and find a way to buy back. He'll go for the Terror Wave, but it does nothing through the BKB. This is not the team fight. RNG needs to get back to the high ground and will do so.
I don't find anything for their trouble either. So we're stuck in a bit of a deadlock here, Mike. Yeah. Probably the longest game of the day already. 65 minutes in, 66 minutes in for day one.
And there goes X-Nova. He's not going to last long against a support Tiny, but in comes Ghost, trying to punish as he cannot. In fact, now Ghost, he's the one turned on. That's a bad position. Somnus, he's shot in low with a massive split open. Now Chalice, he's there with the Pit of Malice as well. Trying to burst them down. The Familiar's the Visage. He's in big trouble. Karka's out with the Echo Slam. Maybe they've got enough, and they do. Storm has got, but Somnus, he will drop as well. Onto Toby. The Aeon Disc is going to proc. Into the Primal Split they go. X-Nova, he brought back into the team fight. He'll back his way out at least for now, and is going to be just fine. It's another reset fight.
Yeah, it's just back to the start. Buybacks expended by both sides. They find a bit of a bigger kill. The scaling of entities kicking in because this Tiny was a support. And he's got the Divine Rapier. You can't do the same thing with, say, a Lich. My own share of mid-Liches.
Top lane.
Interesting.
Certainly is. Look at that damage from that tree volley just bursting down 2.3k. Damages now, they make the jump in. Somnus in trouble, and they toss him, they burst him down just so quickly. Pure, he has the damage. Stormer trying to back his way up, and now it's Ghost that's in trouble. Can they surround him? Pure, he's looking for more on the backside. He's found Karka on the Earthshaker. No forced up away this time through the Nullify, but Chalice trying to buy a bit of time, but Karka's gone. Pure going for more now. Somnus, keep in mind he has no buyback available for this fight. Where's Ghost? All by himself, still trying. Does end up getting the Terror Wave off just in the nick of time to force them back, but he's going to find a target to actually aim down. Toby will move in. Now with the Bloodthorn, he's copying way too much damage, but the Sunder is there in time. Ghost trying for the TP out, is going to make it. Just barely. This game is not over yet, but it is a 4v5 situation, and they are missing their mid-lash rack.
That would really, I mean, that would just make late game Dota even more insane.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, you know, it's already hard to understand whatever's going on here.
Kataomi's a wolf right now, John. That's a very, very scary predicament if he does make the jump in with that Swift Link. Let's see how it works out for them. They're going to try and defend high ground here. RNG, in they go. Kataomi, he's in, but the Aeon Disc is going to save X-Nova. He'll be back out of there. That Ghost, he's the one to move in. They found Pure. Oh, Lycan, Pure's in trouble, and he's gone. At least the first time. That's just the Aegis, the tree volley. He's going to fly in, but Pure casually walk out as they do Cyclone up the TV once again. Ghost cannot get to work, but now they found at least Fishman on the AA. Ghost forced the BKB up, but he's going to be just fine to take the AA down. And they hold on to the top racks. This is quite literally defense of the... This is what defense of the Aegis is, John. They are defending here into a POS 1. Never mind. Toby could be in a danger. RNG trying to move into that mid lane. There's two big targets. If they can make the jump, Somnus is there with the scythe device to get started. Hit of Malice goes, trying to move in with the tree volley damage. You've got to be wary, but he has the Sunder. He'll reset. Back in onto the Visage they go. Stormer is going to be able to back his way out. Now without the BKB Ghost, he's going to be so careful. It's on the backside. Chalice is gone on the Underlord. Kaka, he'll go for a Fisher to try and hold them back, but they can't control this Tiny. He's in that wolf form. In goes Pure as well. The Echo Slam, it literally does no damage.
That's a big win for Entity. Keep controlling Somnus and open up the high ground. Still, you drop the Pit of Malice, you drop the Split Earth, you drop the Firestorm, a push just doesn't happen.
No, it does not. They are some good try though. Who have they got? It looks like Somnus on the left track has been called out, but he'll BKB up, he'll survive. His Ghost will go for the Terror Wave. Is going to be just fine. Hasn't popped the real Metamorphosis, still has Refresh anyway.
Yeah, still, again, now Pit of Malice out, Somnus.
Oh, here we go again. Ghost just blinks in right into the center of all this, dealing with the units. Storm's familiars are just going to nod through this, as well as the rulings from Toby. He'll keep sending them in, trying to get the damage out. Just a slow chip away. In fact, all they got there on the bottom side, it looks like Stormer was caught out there for a moment by the Pit of Malice. He's going to be just fine though, as Entity still trying to move in onto the high ground. Just can't get it done though. Familiars are being fed back the way of RNG. Bot lane, Toby, and he gets spotted out though. Kaka, he's the one getting jumped here on the Earthshaker, but he does have the Aeon Disc. Meanwhile, from the backside, Kataomi, he's got that tree bowling in X-Nova. He's going to go down, but the immediate buyback is there as goes down. Man's up against Pure. It's a lot of damage onto that Lycan, but he backs his way out as now the Hex is out. Ghost is in big trouble. The Ice Blast will connect, and he is gone, but he does have buyback.
They've still got the options here on RNG. Not going to immediately pop that buyback. Entity, this is their opening. They need to find something off the back of this. Start to rip into the high ground.
The tier 3 tower. Siege. Somnus trying to defend by himself. Entity just understanding the buyback is available for Ghost. Do not want to throw a team fight back the way of RNG, but they are going to pop that wolf form again on Pure. Just trying to get the job done. Somnus, he'll get hexed up. There's a tree volley on X-Nova, but he's barely going to survive the Ice Blast. Might connect, but it shouldn't be enough damage. And it won't. This bottom lane, there's nothing he can do about it. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're onto Chalice now. They've got the Underlord, but he's going to be BKB available. He's going to be just fine as the gaze now. X-Nova, look at that range onto Toby. But the Aeon Disc, it's going to save the day once again as Ghost. He does move in with the Terror Wave, but it's not going to matter. They just don't have the lockdown.
No, they don't have the lockdown, but Entity can't clear out the racks or make a path for themselves onto the tier 4s. They do have Roshan up.
And around.
Oh no, they're ending. They're ending.
Oh, they are ending. They're going for the Ancient.
RNG, are they going to get away with it?
They go. RNG, can they get it done? The clip is there. They are moving back to rotate back in. This could be the play of the century as RNG. They're trying. X-Nova in big trouble. They're Pure. Should drop. Meanwhile, Somnus still going. In the meantime, goes. He's had enough. He's pumping his BKBs right up to the Ancient. He goes. But then he's going to drop. Oh, he's gone.
He couldn't sunder.
Oh, he couldn't sunder. They are not going to be able to end. What in the hell am I watching?
That's what you want to see. You take the risk, you try to go in. I mean, tier 4s are down. They're playing defense of the Ancients now, and Entity's in. They haven't managed to hold on to the buyback, though, throughout this entire time.
Back into the bot racks they go, Entity. And they are really trying to get this racks finally down, but Ghost has respawned. They do at least find the range racks. Yes. Ghost has bought a desk on. They're going. Oh, they're going for the Dire Ranger once again. In come the rotations. They're going to try, but Ghost, he's got the Terror Wave. They're just going to man up through this. The Echo Slam being committed. RNG, have they gone too far? Or are they going to be able to make it? It doesn't seem like it. They are going to drop. Once again, they will go down. They've got buybacks available, though. Oh, this game is not over yet.
And that brings them nowhere closer to ending this game just yet.
Kataomi, he's in that wolf form once again, John. They are not done. Back towards that bot racks they go. They want the mega creeps up. Entity, they are going to find it. Kaka, he's in with the Fisher. One lane of barracks now left for Entity to try and aim for, and that's the top side, but they're going for the tier 4 towers. They've had enough of this game. They're onto the Visage, though. They could have him. Stormer, he's in big trouble. Somnus will keep moving forward. Stormer, though, he does go into that stone form. He'll survive for now. As RNG, they will go for a reset, or do they? Backing up to Stormer they go. They want the Visage. They've got him down, but he's got buyback. He can rejoin the team fight if necessary.
Siege away. RNG needs to free up the top lane. That's the only lane they've got the advantage in. He needs to free it up and backdoor some.
Lane, Somnus, he's going to be okay. In fact, the turnaround now back in onto the Tiny, but the Tiny is fine. Everyone's got a BKB. Everyone walks out of there just safe and sound.
See the Axe Blessing being denied. Does it really disappear?
Very good question, John. Bot lane, the great question is, can Somnus survive through this one? But now at least he can, just trying to walk his way up, but he's surrounded, and once the ethereal ends, he is down. In goes to X-Nova, trying to chase down the Lich. A nice Fisher though from Kaka, gonna make sure he's fine. X-Nova, still fine. Pit of Malice is out into the Chain Frost. They just want to make sure Toby can't keep chasing. In fact, Toby dropping so low to this Chain Frost. When does it end? It won't be enough in the end. Toby's gonna be alright. Out early on.
1 Rax left.
Indeed, in goes the Tiny, the Hex is out into the Fisher, and now the Chain Frost. But Kataomi, he does have a BKB up, so he's going to be just fine. Back his way out. On to the top racks they go. They do get Pit of Malice stuff, just everyone being rooted here by Chalice. Ice Blast is going to fly through onto Ghost, but there's going to be no follow-up. They just want the Megas. Onto Pure, though. He does get caught on the left side. This refresh is there by Somnus, but it leads to nothing. Is now Kataomi. He does move in onto Toby, onto that Brewmaster. Can they take him down? Not quite. Aeon Disc is there once again, though. Toby, he is dropping low now. He might just drop and does, but he's got buyback. See if they can try to force a fight against these Mega Creeps. Rather against the side of entry with the Megas, and in they go. Ice Blast is there. Chalice going to be targeted. Here comes the Chilling Touch. It's a lot of damage for Chalice. He does have the Crimson Guard to protect him. Now they move in onto Somnus, but the Terror Wave goes to Zan. Onto Kataomi, who'll try to focus him down, but the Wolf Form allows him to get away, as it seems like they need to try and reset. RNG, it's not the fight they wanted. They just can't lock them down long enough. In goes Pure, though, onto X-Nova. The Fisher was not there in time to block him off. X-Nova still actually being left alone here by Pure. Instead, he sees Chalice on the Underlord. He'll Abyssal Blade him up. Chalice in huge trouble, should drop surely. Eventually, as he is surrounded and will go down. No buyback available on the Underlord. It's X-Nova. He's going to go down to the Ice Blast of Fishman. Entity again, I mean, they've been patient for 2 hours now. They may as well keep being a little bit more patient. As Kataomi will form it there. Double damage rune. Avalanche toss back. They've got a big target on Chalice. They've love a dieback right now. Ghost, he's going to try and jump in and save the day. Refresh is out. Terror Wave is out as well. Toby, he's the one to drive back. No buyback available. That was a dieback on the Brewmaster.
The Ancient is exposed.
It certainly is.
They just need to keep that creep wave alive somehow.
It certainly is. They've got the Fiend's Gate available if they wanted to try and abuse it. Parker, going for a Fisher, going to miss. Somnus, he's right in as well. In fact, it's Ghost that we need to watch right now on this TPs. They've got the A down. That's 2 Divines in the deck. Is this the turning point now? As they found another, it's going to be the Aegis down on the Visage. He'll respawn very, very soon. Toby, he's still got no buyback. They're back onto Stormer. They might just have him, and it seems like they do. He is going to drop, but he does have buyback.
Oh, this is just
They're still going. Fishman, he's going to drop a second time, but Pure, he's going to be right to back his way out as Kataomi now getting caught out on the Tiny. He might drop to Boo, and he does. Pure, he does move back in. Chalice is going to drop. That's 2 down with that buyback for the side of RNG. How do they do it now?
Well, I mean, their tier 4s are going to be under siege. Someone's got to go back and hold. None of their creep waves are shoved out for the Sunder cooldown. And despite that win, because of the Mega Creeps, RNG are still stuck here. So they're going to need to repeat that process again, Mike.
Here we go.
They need to knock him out one more time.
Get started. They've got Ghost with a toss back. The TB Abyssal Blade is out. He's going to go down. He's got buyback. He'll commit immediately. It's going to be a 4v3 situation. RNG are in trouble. And Somnus dropping low. Pops the Bloodstone. Tries to run, but it's not going to make it out. He'll buy back as well. This could be the opening, though. Entity needed as they can go onto those T4 towers. They've got the Mega Creeps incoming. Ghost, he's going to find a way to fight. Kaka, he's in with the Echo Slam, and the Fisher locks them down. Terror Wave out with the Wolf Form. It allows them to just keep running as Kataomi still trying to fight back. Stormer, Tree Volley, everything thrown at Ghost, but it's going to be enough. The dieback is there. RNG are in huge trouble now. It's a 2v4 situation. Surely there is no way to defend this. Those Somnus will try one last time, but it's over. Or is it? They paused the game at a very awkward time. Vicious out. It's all over though. The big surrounding the ancient. GG is caught eventually. Entity barely managed to do it. Well, 107 minutes in. I don't know what else to say here, John.
Oh, that's just insane. I don't think the longest game in the main stage ever. And my God, Entity, what an amazing game they played. But props to RNG as well. They held on when it just looked like they weren't supposed to.